Derrick Rose lifestyle, career and net worth. Derrick Martell Rose was born October 4, 1988. He is an American professional basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies of the National Basketball Association, NBA. He played 1 year of college basketball for the Memphis Tigers before being drafted first overall by his hometown Chicago Bulls in the 2008 NBA draft. Nicknamed D-Rose, and sometimes referred to as the Windy City Assassin or simply Pooh, he was named the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2009 and became the youngest player to win the NBA Most Valuable Player Award in 2011 at the age of 22 years and 7 months. Rose was born and raised in Chicago and attended Simeon Career Academy. He was highly recruited by colleges, eventually choosing to join the University of Memphis under coach John Calipari. Rose led the Tigers to the most wins in NCAA history, a 38-2 record, their first number 1 ranking in 25 years, and an appearance in the NCAA championship game. In 2009, an NCAA investigation revealed that Rose's SAT scores had been invalidated, and as a result, the NCAA vacated Memphis' entire 2007-08 season. Rose has struggled with significant knee injuries since his 2010-11 MVP season. In the first round of the 2012 NBA playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers, Rose tore his ACL in his left knee. He required surgery and was subsequently sidelined for the entire 2012-13 season. Rose returned to play in 2013-14, but in November 2013, he injured his right meniscus, causing him to miss the remainder of the season. He returned once again the following season, but knee injuries continued to impact his availability and production. Derrick has an estimated net worth of $500. Personal life. Rose is a Christian and has spoken about his faith, saying God does everything for a reason. He wears a wristband that says, "In Jesus' name I play," and has several tattoos about his faith. On October 9, 2012, Rose's ex-girlfriend, Mika Reese, gave birth to their son Derrick Jr. in 2016. Rose started dating model and fitness influencer Elena Anderson. The two married on September 7, 2023 in Los Angeles, after getting engaged in 2021. Their daughter Layla was born in 2018, and their son London in 2019. Rose's agent is former Bulls guard B.J. Armstrong. In 2018, Rose introduced the Rose Scholars, a scholarship program to help students achieve a higher education. Rose is an avid chess player, with the Sporting News saying, "There is no bigger chess fanatic in the NBA than Rose." In 2016, Rose was involved in a federal civil lawsuit to assess whether he and 2 friends raped an unnamed former girlfriend in August 2013. In the months before the alleged gang rape, Rose's accuser, referred to as Jane Doe in court transcripts, testified that Rose made her uncomfortable by asking her to perform sexual acts for him or to involve other people in their sex life. He would sometimes get angry when she refused. Doe also mentioned that, on the day of the incident, she was drugged against her consent and alternated in and out of consciousness. During the trial, Rose expressed difficulty and uncertainty with the definition of the word consent. In October 2016, he was found not liable by an 8-member jury. An appeal in 2018 was denied. Early life. Rose was born and raised in the Englewood area, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods on Chicago's South Side. He is the youngest son of Brenda Rose after Dwayne, Reggie, and Alan. All 3 were talented basketball players who taught Rose the ins and outs of basketball on nearby courts. As his talent for the sport grew, Rose began to attract much more outside attention in Chicago's basketball circles, leading his mother and brothers to restrict outside contact to him. She feared he would be exploited and his path to the NBA diverted by outside parties like street agents, similar to what happened to former Chicago prospect Ronnie Fields. Endorsement. Rose was the cover athlete of NBA 2K13 alongside fellow NBA players Kevin Durant and Blake Griffin. Rose was the lone cover athlete for the 2K Sports downloadable content game, NBA 2K10 Draft Combine, which was released on Xbox Live Arcade for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation Network for the PlayStation 3. Rose is a part owner and spokesman for the Chicago-based Giordano's Pizzeria. In 2008, Rose signed a shoe deal with Adidas for $1 million per year. He has also signed with Wilson Sporting Goods. Other endorsement deals include Skullcandy headphones, Powerade, Force Factor sports drinks, and a suburban Chicago Nissan dealership. In May 2018, it was announced that the Adidas D Rose 9s would be released in July 2018. In 2011, Rose was estimated by Crane's Chicago business to earn $1.5 to $2.5 million annually in endorsements, ranking just outside the top 10 NBA players in that category. In 2012, it was reported that Rose signed a contract extension with Adidas, worth $185 million over 14 years. Career. By the time Rose enrolled at Simeon Career Academy in 2003, he was a hot commodity for collegiate coaches. Despite his reputation, he played freshman and JV basketball for the Wolverines. He wore number 25 in honor of Benji Wilson, a promising player who was murdered by a gang member during his senior year in 1984. Rose was not allowed on varsity due to a long-standing tradition that head coach Bob Hambrick, who had been with the school since 1980, had no freshmen on the varsity team. That rule did not lessen Rose's play, and he went on to put up 18.5 points, 6.6 assists, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.1 steals per game, and led both the freshmen and sophomores to city championships with a 24-1 record. Hambrick softened his stance and allowed the freshmen a chance to play on varsity in the state tournament. But Rose declined, wanting the players to get due credit. The next year Hambrick retired and Robert Smith was hired, opening the path to varsity. In Rose's debut, he had 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals over Thornwood High School in a sold-out game filled with college scouts and coaches. He led the Wolverines to a 30-5 mark while averaging 19.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and 2.4 steals, but the season ended after a loss in state regionals. Rose's play garnered him his first national award, a Parade All-American third-team spot. Rose accepted a scholarship to play for the University of Memphis Tigers under John Calipari, who recruited him after seeing him play in an AAU game. Strong efforts were made by Indiana University and In-State University of Illinois to sign Rose to their own programs. Illinois in particular planned to pair Rose and their 5-star recruit Eric Gordon, who had played AU basketball with Rose. Gordon, however, retracted his verbal commitment from the Fighting Illini, opting to play for Indiana, and Rose subsequently gave his verbal commitment before the start of his senior season. Rose chose Memphis because of the school's history of putting players in the NBA and the prospect of Rod Strickland, a 17-year veteran of the league, mentoring him.